my first question is, does North Dakota have a spring? I heard that was yesterday. Looks like Vermont. All right, we're used to this stuff. I want to thank Jamie Stewart, and I want to say to him, who is a disabled veteran, that if elected President of the United States, we are not going to forget our veterans. We're not going to forget the men and women who put their lives on the line to defend us. And let me also thank Marvin Nelson and wish him the best of luck in his gubernatorial campaign.
Yeah, Bernie!
The sun is coming out. It's now 8 o'clock at night.
Love you, Bernie!
Freeze up here, and I'm worried about the sun in my eyes. But let me just say a few things, a few political things, and I want to talk about why the campaign is doing so well. For a start, when we began this campaign a little over a year ago, we were considered to be a fringe campaign. Nobody really, to be honest with you, took us very seriously. We were opposed by the entire Democratic establishment. A lot has happened in the last year. What has happened is that we have now won 19 state primaries and caucuses. And on June 7th, if the people of North Dakota come out in large numbers, we're going to win here in North Dakota. We're in a number of other states on that day as well. So we have right now, to bore you with some arithmetic, we have about 45.5% of the pledged delegates. The pledged delegates are the delegates actually elected by the people, as opposed to the superdelegates, and God knows who elects them. But our goal in the next 5 weeks, in Kentucky and in Oregon next Tuesday, and 6 other states, including North Dakota, on June 7th, is to win as many delegates as we can and to go into the Democratic convention with a majority with more delegates than does Secretary Clinton. And that is going to be hard. I don't want to minimize the road in front of us, but you know what? We have traveled a very steep road from day one in this campaign. We have gone a long, long way, and we're going to fight for every remaining vote and every remaining delegate. And the other points that we're going to make, especially I think to those 450 or so super delegates who came on board Secretary Clinton's campaign before anybody else was in the race, who came on board her campaign before the first vote was cast in the nominating process. And the case, yeah, I kind of agree. It doesn't seem all that democratic. And I think the case that we are going to be making is to everybody at the Democratic convention. We may have differences of opinion, but we do share one very, very important and common goal, and that is that Donald Trump must be defeated. And I think that the evidence is very clear. This is, not my opinion, and this is pretty objective evidence, that if you look at every poll, or virtually every poll done in the last 6 weeks, whether they're national polls or whether they're state polls in battleground states, we do better and often much better against Trump than does Secretary Clinton. So if the goal of the Democrats is, and it must be, to defeat Donald Trump, we are the campaign to do that. just polls. Polls go up and down. I'll tell you what else it is. It is you being out here on a cold day in Bismarck. It is the kind of energy and enthusiasm we are seeing all across this country, from working people, from young people who know that it is just too late for establishment politics and establishment economics, and who are ready to really transform our country. The reason that this campaign is doing as well as it is that we are doing something very unusual in contemporary American politics. We are telling the truth. And as all of you know, in our own personal lives and in our political life, truth is not always easy to handle. It's not always easy to deal with. Sometimes you want to sweep it underneath the rug. But if this country is going to become the nation that you and I know that it can become, we've got to confront the realities facing America today and deal with them boldly. And here are some of the realities. The reality number one is that in America today, which prides itself on being a strong democracy, the fact of the matter is that our democracy today is being undermined by a corrupt campaign finance system that allows billionaires to buy elections. Democracy is not a complicated idea. It's a pretty simple idea. And that idea is that you have one vote, you got to vote, and you got to vote, and majority wins.
Because in Russia, you know you're being oppressed.
Democracy is not about billionaires spending hundreds of millions of dollars in 30-second ads to elect candidates who represent the wealthy and the powerful. And let me use a word that no other candidate will use to describe some of the trends in American society today, and that is oligarchy. Oligarchy is when you have a handful of families who control the political life of the nation, who control the economy, who control the media. And if anybody thinks that is not the direction in which this country is moving, I would seriously disagree with you. And our job is to make